Today we're being joined by Thomas Burton, who's a potential AFL draft prospect from the AFL draft, which is in just under 2 weeks' time. Thomas, thanks for coming on, mate.
No worries. Happy to be here.
Appreciate it. And tell us a bit about yourself, Tom. What kind of started your footy journey and what type of player are you?
Kind of just started playing because I love the game. Yeah, just love playing football from a young age, and yeah, kind of just drove me to become a better player as I went through the years.
Very good. So obviously playing at the Western Jets, obviously you've been the captain of the Jets. Is leadership always been something, Tom, that you've obviously wanted to be a part of? Did it just come naturally? Is it something that you kind of got put into that you weren't so sure about, or was that something you always wanted to do?
I don't know. I just I didn't really think about it, to be honest. Just kind of went out there and tried to play the best I could, and yeah, I was just lucky enough to get called captain, and yeah, just kind of went into my own groove with it.
Very good. Obviously, when you step up the level, you go from the Jets, then you go to Vic Metro. What's some key things that you see the differences between, say, a Talent League club compared to playing Vic Metro?
Just the game's a lot faster. It's a lot faster. I think the each level you go up, it gets faster and faster, and if you can't keep up, then that's when people start to drop off. So yeah.
Very good. Obviously, in the Vic Metro, was talking about the state champs. Obviously, you had the captaincy in one of the games as well. What is that like, stepping up the leadership point of view as well from the Jets to the Metro one?
It's pretty similar. I think when you're captain, you don't really try to change it up too much. You don't want to change it up too much. But no, it was a really good honor to be with those boys. I think they're all really talented. And yeah, I just tried to go out there and make them as comfortable as possible.
Sure. How was the state champs, do you feel, personally, for you from a personal level? Obviously having a responsibility of being the captain in one of the SA games, I think it was as well, and then alongside your playing side of things, how did you feel overall you fitted in?
Yeah, it was okay. I think we could have had a better carnival as a team. I think we all wanted to win. But no, it was a little bit disappointing. But I think we all grew as players, individually and as a team throughout the carnival. So I think there was positives and negatives throughout the carnival. So yeah.
Sure. If you were to best describe the type of player you play like, Thomas, who would you say that would be from an individual point of view and just as a type of player in general?
I really like Zach Butters.
Yeah.
Just the way he goes about it. He's toughness in the contest, but he's also on the outside waiting for the ball. So I think he's got a good balance there, and I think I can be a lot like him.
Obviously, in the state championship, played all 4 games. Obviously, some games had 14, 16, 14, and 18. So there's a lot of intercepts and score involvements through that. What are some of your key strengths, you would say, overall as a footballer?
I think my speed stands out compared to a lot of other people, and I think my decision making combined with my speed can sometimes be a really good threat. But yeah, I've still got a lot to work on. So yeah, just trying to keep it basic and simple.
Sure. Obviously, throughout the state champs, there may have been, some people that you may not have known too much about that you played with, or even against. Who's some players that stood out for you that you may not have known too much about going into the state champs this year?
This guy Tyler Williams, he was really good for Western Australia. I think he played half forward and I was half back, and yeah, he gave me a run for my money. So he was he was really silky, really smooth. Yeah, he was a skillful player.
Very good. Versatility, I always bring it up, and I'm sure a lot of people do bring it up. Versatility is so important these days. You mentioned about playing through the midfield and even playing a bit of halfback as well. How important is versatility in your game to either enhance your chances to be drafted? Sometimes you play one position, you're not going so great. It could limit anyone's chances, but the ability you have to play both roles.
Yeah, no, versatility is pretty important. I think when a coach is looking at the team, he's just trying to find out, who can slide where and who can change position pretty easily and who can adjust pretty quickly. So, yeah, I think it's a good strength of my game to be able to play a wide variety of positions. But yeah, no, it's been a really good strength of mine.
Sure. How was the draft combine? Obviously, one of the particular testing that stood out for you, I feel it was in the top 5 in the 20-meter sprint. How'd you find that combine, and how'd you find getting to gel again with some players that you may not have ever known of before or even met before?
Yeah, no, it was a good combine. I think I'd known a lot of people through the combine. When I was at the combine, through the academy and Metro and stuff. So that was really good. But yeah, I think I saw Oscar Taylor he ran a 2.8 or 2.75 or something 20 meter, and I was like, yeah, I'm not getting that. So no, he was he stood out to me for sure. Yeah, if I didn't know anyone before that. So
Sure. You mentioned the AFL Academy. Obviously, that's obviously a real hard side to get into. I had some players on recently who probably will be in the top 20 or so, and some of them didn't get a chance to play in the academy when that was on at the time. What kind of experience was it playing in that team as well? Obviously, that's the best of the best through everywhere. And just more games in further hands, your chances have been picked up.
No, it was a really good experience. Like I was so grateful to be a part of it. I think, playing with the best players in the country is something you don't get to do very often. And yeah, I was lucky enough to be selected, and yeah, like the training sessions and the camps that we went on, it was really good. Like you bonded with people that you haven't really bonded with before, and yeah, it was a really good opportunity for me, and I think it did definitely enhance my chances.
Sure. Now, obviously, 2 weeks out from the draft, maybe even less now.
Yeah.
Are you one of those guys that gets nervous going to any key events, Tom, or are you just someone that try and push through it? How are you with all that?
I'm getting pretty nervous right now, yeah, for sure. I think a lot of boys would be going into the draft. If they get drafted and then where they get drafted, it's
Yeah.
pretty nerve-wracking time. But I think I'm in a good position, or in a better position than a lot of other people, and I think I'm just grateful to be here and hopefully get drafted.
Sure. Obviously, with the draft combine, obviously there was interviews and throughout the year. Obviously, you have club interviews. Does that get more nerve wracking too, Tom? The longer you got, sort of the earlier you start those conversations. What was the very first club interaction you've ever had, whether it was this year, last year, whatever it was, and how did you feel going into it compared to the most recent one you've got into?
I think the first interview was West Coast
Mm-hmm.
at the start of the year,
Yeah.
and they were pretty laid back. I think it was Adam Shepherd. He was really good. So that was a good
Mm-hmm.
introduction to it. But I think the longer it went on, the more interviews that you had, it kind of got a bit more intense, and closer to the
Yeah.
draft, they start asking questions that are a bit more personal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely got more intense. But I think you adjust to it as you go. So.
Sure. Now, some of the guys I've had on recently, they mentioned some of the coaches have been in some of these club interviews. Have you had that same opportunity where there's been some coaches in club interviews? If so, did that make it any more nerve wracking? Considering it's nerve wracking, I guess, at the start with, and then you go, say for example, there's Dean Cox, there's Ross Lyons, like shit. Now it's
Yeah.
getting even more serious on top of that with the names that you see on TV every week.
Yeah, no, it's it does get a bit more nerve-wracking, but I remember I had an interview with GWS, and Adam Kingsley was on call, and he was pretty serious compared to a lot of the other people, so I didn't really chat to him much, but him just sitting there on the Zoom call is pretty intimidating, to be honest. So but yeah, no, it does get pretty intense sometimes, I think.
For sure. Obviously, throughout these interviews, they ask some rogue, or I don't know if you call it weird, but sometimes they can be off-putting questions. I would say is probably a better word to put it. Was there any rogue questions that you guys have heard? Things like if you're a car, what car would you be? I heard there was a lot of board games this year. What's some ones that you thought were different you had?
I got one question that really stuck with me. It was have you ever gotten through something by yourself, and you haven't told anyone about it? And at the time I was like, well, I've got no idea. So I had to pass on the question, but it was pretty personal question. So yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
getting pretty creative now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had one player mentioned recently that they literally got asked to ask them questions, like they will be in the interviewer when they thought
Oh
they're the
yeah.
one getting interviewed. Yeah, it's like crazy. They're coming up
Yeah.
with so many creative things. It's funny too.
Mm.
When I asked some teammate questions, which we'll get to shortly, I started repeating some of those questions. I'm thinking, okay, now I'm starting to see like I say ask questions, some questions like recruiters. It's pretty cool to see though the drastic changes over time, Tom. Because sometimes
Mm.
I've heard if you're a car, what car would you be? There are a lot of
Oh
people you
yeah.
take to
Yeah.
dinner. I've heard
Mm.
all them
Yeah.
before, and it's like
Yeah.
this year I'm starting to hear different ones. So they are up in their game, as you mentioned before, about
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
rogue and questions.
They're
It's
getting
very
they're getting
interesting
very creative.
for sure. Would you say that you don't have to name the club, but do you feel or clubs? Did you feel, Tom, at any point throughout these interviews that you may have had ones of say multiple times, once you feel like got a better, stronger indication in preference for you more than say some others, where say some might look standard and there's some like okay, they feel like they're a bit more interested with the way they're going about it.
Yeah, I think the clubs that like kind of made me think that they were a bit more interested with the clubs who
Mm.
had a lot of background knowledge on me and a lot of my
Mhm.
my game. Um,
Yeah.
I think there were a few clubs towards the end, especially this last month, have kind of shown me vision of my game and kind of
Hmm.
went through the game and said like, why did you do this at this certain point? And now like they're asked questions about like, would you be okay with this if we drafted you? So I think they
Hmm.
just become a bit more real with the questions and a bit more
Yeah.
yeah, a bit more real to be honest. But yeah, so they just get a bit more intense, and you just got to deal with it and adjust. But it's really not that intense. I think
Yeah.
the questions come pretty easily, and you flow pretty
Yeah.
naturally. So it's gets easier as it goes on.
For sure. Obviously, these interviews sometimes happen throughout the year when the season's going as well. Some obviously are clearly after as well. When it's in season interviews that you've had throughout the time, is there just a little look by yourself to go look at the ladder to see where they're going? Go, okay, that's where they are. That's where this guy might
Yeah.
go. This is where these picks are. Are you one of those guys that
Mm.
looks into it in depth as well, like that?
Yeah, yeah, I
Mm.
did at the start of mid-season. As you get more interviews, you start looking at,
Mm.
oh, I could go here, could go there, but I
Yeah.
mean, it all changes. Like the pick swaps and with the trade period. I mean, it's really up and down. Like I could be saying I'm going into state, one week, and then next week I'll be like, oh, I could be staying in Melbourne. So
Mm.
it's very up and down, and I think you just gotta play your game and keep your head down, and hopefully you get drafted.
For sure. Obviously, interstate is obviously a question. The key question I like asking, and it's really an important one. I'm sure recruiters sucks to say, especially the interstate clubs. If the opportunity was all right to go interstate, Tom, would that be something you would love to do? Is there a preference to stay home, or are you happy with whatever it is?
Yeah, I think like going into state would be a good opportunity, a good experience to get out of Melbourne. I haven't really been to a lot of states, so
Yeah,
yeah, I think it'd be a good opportunity to go and experience something. Yeah.
sure. If you were to say pick a state outside of Victoria, which one don't you mind the thought, the process, or the prospect of the particular state that comes out in mind?
I think Perth wouldn't be too bad.
Mm.
Wouldn't be obliged to, that's for sure. But I mean, any club that takes me, I'd be more than grateful.
Sure. Hot weather, a better preference than the cold Melbourne weather, or Sydney weather?
Yeah, Brisbane would be nice. Brisbane would be very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Melbourne, it's pretty up and down with the weather. It's pretty shit to be
Mm.
honest. But um, no,
Yeah.
you got to deal with it at times. So yeah.
For sure. Obviously, being part of the Vic side, so you've been part of the Jets. Obviously in Vic Metro, the AFL Academy, as you mentioned as well. Who's some players that you probably don't hear much about publicly from a public point of view that you feel like are getting fly under the radar a little bit, don't get talked about as much as you should? I feel they should.
Mm. I think can I name a couple or
Yeah,
just
go.
one?
Now go on heaps.
Uh,
You can mention as many as you like.
Okay. All right. No, I think Felix Nit he's a really really hard worker. I think he's a classy player, and I don't think he gets enough attention. But I think he's just as good as some of the top 30 prospects that they got ranked right now. So
Yeah.
him and Finn Davis. Finn Davis, like I think he racks it up at the Jets and probably gets looked down upon for it. But I've loved his
Mm.
game this year, and I think he's been a really good teammate. Oscar Ainsworth as well and Jacob Murray, my teammates at Jets, both
Mhm.
give it 100% every week. So yeah, I think all those boys, they really give it their all, and they don't get a lot of attention, which is a bit shit. But
Mm. Yeah,
I think when you play with them as a player, you love playing with them. So yeah, they deserve it.
sure. That's good. So obviously as well that you mentioned about no matter where you get picked up and everything like that. So fandom drafts, power rankings, everything like that. Online, when people do their power rankings, like myself and obviously some of the AFL experts do and other pages do, are you one to try and avoid those type of stuff? Are you ones that just can't help yourself or can't help that someone else shows it to you? Do you look into those at all, or would like to see
Yeah,
where people
no,
think you may be?
yeah, no, I'll look into it. I like to see what everyone thinks of the player I am and how good I am
Yep.
and how bad I am, whatever. Yeah, it's good to have that in the back of your mind what people think of you and
Mm.
can kind of push you to be better, which that's
Yeah.
that's done for me this year. I let it get in my head a little bit, but I think it
Okay.
can really work as a good motivator for you.
But absolutely. I mean, especially if, say, obviously, more than anyone being in these club interviews, you kind of get a rough guide at times, and then you see,
Mm.
huh, these guys don't even think I'm in this top whatever rank, and you go,
Yeah,
okay, I'll show them, and then
yeah.
the year comes by, the draft comes around, and it gets to a range that, say, these pages that you're looking at, or people
Mm.
that had you, and they're like nowhere near where you went. You go, see, you didn't know what you're talking about.
No, they're all just doing a job at the end of the day. They're trying to,
Mm.
get the most accurate power rankings they can, and it's nothing
Mm.
personal, but it does
Yeah.
does hurt a little bit to not be mentioned in their top 20 sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And it is, trust me, not doing these every year when it's the AFL or AFW, it is very hard, especially when there's an even pool in a certain range. It just makes it hard because some people can fall, say, from a 20 to 40 range. Like, well, if you have them towards the 20 and then they go in the back end or vice versa, it can sometimes be very hard outside the
Oh
top
yeah,
15
no,
or so.
it is very hard to select, just 20 to 40 kids. I mean, there's so many talented players in the draft this year, I think, and it's a very even spread. But I think you could, someone who could be picked at pick 50 could be a 200 game player. So I think it's
Sure.
yeah, it can be a very even draft this year.
Sure. Now, self-confidence is something I've noticed in a lot of people that they, they want to show pretty clear and make it pretty obvious. And it can be deemed on the outside by some people, not by me, as an arrogance thing. And I feel like it'd be more of a confidence thing about yourself, believe in yourself pretty much. Obviously, you hear some people that have that. Where are you that sense? There seems to be a 50-50 split, Tom. Do you like to be one as well, to have that self-confidence about yourself, to know that you best can compete with the best?
Yeah, no, it's important to believe in yourself for sure. If you don't have self belief, you're not going to get very far. I don't think. I think you're just going to second guess yourself a lot of the way. But I think you just got to stay true to yourself. Just be a good person. No matter how high you go in the draft, or how many accomplishments you get in footy. Just you're a person in the day. So just come back to that, and be good to the ones who are close to you and who've been good to you. So yeah, I think it just comes back to being a good person, and I think confidence will take care of itself, to be honest.
For sure. Now, obviously, the number one draft pick. I want you to put your recruiter's hat on, Tom. Who do you think will go pick one, and who do you think
Oh,
should pick one? If it's not the same answer.
All right. I think Will Dersman will go pick one.
Yep.
And I think Cooper Duff should go pick one.
Okay.
Yeah,
You see,
for
you
sure.
could potentially, if West Coast keep both picks, they both could be paired up together.
Yeah, no, they definitely could be. No, I think they're both such talented players. They got a lot of upside. I think Will Dersman can play anywhere, and Cooper Duff has the ability to be a unicorn these days. So they can both be very good players, and I think they will just thrive at AFL level.
Sure. Obviously, what's something you reckon, Tom, that you realised throughout your footy career, especially, well, even mainly this year, that you may not have noticed as often in the past, or something that something that just you came along the time, shit, it's actually more important than I thought, or anything just happened along the way?
Just have fun. Just enjoy the game. Like, I think it gets a bit serious in your draft here. You start thinking about draft, and you got to play this good, and you got to impress these people. But at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun and you're happy, that's the main thing. You just got to do that. See, anything in life that you do, just be happy.
For sure, absolutely. Now, I love asking teammate questions, Tom, so this can go any which way. Who loves
Okay.
the limelight, the attention, the camera at the Jets or Vic Metro or the Academy side? They can't get enough of it. They know what to do when the camera's around.
Oh, it's tough.
Mm.
It's yeah, you stumped me, to be honest. I know Zav Taylor put me under the bus for this one, so
He did. Yeah.
yeah, I reckon Lockie Doverston loves it, to be honest.
Mm.
I don't
Yes.
think he says how much he loves it, but I think he does. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember what Zave said, old Birdo, he said.
Yeah.
Old mate
Yeah, for sure.
Birdo.
Yeah.
Now, who would Google themselves and watch back their own highlights?
Yeah, Ollie Graves for sure. 100%. 100%.
Speaking of Ollie and Lockie, since you mentioned them both, Ollie, what type of comparison would you say? I feel like he's a similar player to Josh Smiley from the where Richmond picked up, but very similar to him. And then with Lockie, obviously Watson and Gideon are clearly the two links. And could you imagine him with Hawthorn with those two already?
Dover?
Yes, with Hawthorn,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
other
I
two
mean,
forwards.
yeah, I think Dover would love it, to be honest.
Mm,
But I think even if he goes somewhere where there's not a lot of small forwards, I think he'll thrive. He's got
yeah,
a lot of self belief, and he's got a lot of talent. So I
yeah,
think he'll go really well at AFL level, no matter where
for
he
sure.
goes.
Absolutely. Now, toughest opponent you've had to match on. You mentioned Ty Williams earlier. Who would be the toughest opponent you've ever matched up on?
This year?
Yeah, or any time, but yeah.
Oh, this year, far out. Yeah, I didn't get to verse him,
Yeah.
but I think he was injured, but I think Jack Dalton's a pretty good competitor.
Mm,
I think he's just his work rate's unmatched, and that competitiveness is something that I really admire about him. And
mm.
yeah, I think we share a lot of competitive traits. So yeah, I'd say Jack Dalton.
Yeah, Dolts. I had on Dolts recently, and we did a golfing challenge. Now I'm
Oh yeah.
gonna peel back the curtain here. Normally, how I do this, Tom, is I have 2 rounds, and
Okay.
in the event of a tie, you have one extra shot, and both of you have the same shot in the same spot. We
hmm
tied after the 2 round, standard 2 round, which is the only second time ever. And
Really?
then what was going to be a one kickoff, he said to me off camera, he's like, "Oh no, we're gonna do another round." I'm like, "All right." And of course, it backfired on me and lose by like 6 points. But yes, old Dolt, it kicked some good goals too.
No, yeah, you can get forward and kick some goals for sure.
Mhm. Sure. I said to him, "We're gonna need payback at some time. Though I can't have that bending the
I'm sure I
rules."
love it.
They just being too nice to him. I just said I was too nice to you. I shouldn't have done that. I should have stuck to the rules they normally
Mm,
do. But anyway, it is what
yeah.
it is. Yeah. Now, obviously, you can have players that can be very, very chatty. Who's
Mm.
some of the best chatterboxes at either club or team?
Uh, Through the Metro program.
Yeah, any of them. Yeah.
Um, I reckon Sammy Grill loves a chat.
Mhm.
Yeah, he loves a bit of chirp sometimes as well on the field. Yeah, I reckon he
Now,
loves it.
speaking of that chirps that you mentioned, Sam, how are you one of chirp on the field, Tom? Are you one of those quiet guys that does nothing? Are you the one giving the lip? Are you the one seems to always getting it? How are you with that? And how can you handle it from dishing it and then taking it?
I mean, it's pretty hard to chirp when you lose most games every week with the Jets, but
Mm,
no, I love a bit of chirp sometimes.
mm,
I love it. I love it when they try something, but I don't usually
mm,
start on people. I usually just let people do the talking, and then
mm.
I'll backfire probably. I don't have the patience to be quiet, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's fair enough. Stuck on a deserted island with teammates, Tommy. Who are you taking or who are you bringing and not bringing and why?
Who am I bringing and not bringing? Far out, jeez.
Mm,
Uh, oh,
mhm.
I'd bring Cooper Duff. I'd
Yep.
bring Cooper Duff. I think we get on pretty well. I think it'd be pretty easy going. But
Hmm.
who I wouldn't bring, uh, probably Graver. Probably,
Yeah.
probably
There you
Graver.
go.
I think he'd panic a lot and just wouldn't know what to do. So I think I wouldn't bring him.
That's fair. Who are some of your favourite teammates?
Favorite teammates?
Yep.
This in the Metro or just Jets or whoever?
Any of them? Yeah.
Yeah, I think me and Duffy got along pretty well this year. Just with the Academy Metro stuff, stayed together a fair
Yep.
bit. Got a bit closer. Yeah, Finn Davis, good teammate. Just willing to do the tough stuff sometimes, and
Hmm.
although I didn't say he defended a lot throughout the year, I think he did. I think he showed a lot of promise. So yeah, I think those two pretty good teammates for sure.
Very good. Any coaches' pets at either side?
Coaches' pets.
Yeah.
Ooh, I reckon Sammy Grill. I reckon.
Mhm.
I reckon he asked a bit too many questions to be honest, but yeah,
Dare I say it? You're grilling him right now, basically.
yeah, yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
And there we go. It's all tongue in cheek. It's all good fun. Now, if teammates were to appear on a TV show, who would appear on a TV show or think they would, and what show would it be?
Who would appear on a TV show?
Yeah, so if you could pick, if someone could say, someone says, "Oh no, I'd be good on this show," like, or if you just match someone to a show like this,
I
drama
reckon.
shows,
I
movies,
reckon
TV shows.
Archie Ludovic. I reckon he put himself on Love Island for sure. Yeah, I reckon
Yeah,
he definitely put his hand up for that. Yeah, 100%.
sure. It's funny every time I mention this question, Love
Yeah.
Island seems to get a good workout with this question. I don't know why, but it just seems to. So that's good. That's why I like asking these questions. You get
Just
some funny answers.
just draws to some players. I reckon pretty specifically.
No, I think so too. If teammates were to form a music/rock band, who would be in the band, and what would the band name be called?
I'm in the band with these people.
Yes, you can be.
How
You don't have
many?
to be in it.
How many people?
You can have unlimited. You can have three. You can have five. You can have two.
Far out. Jeez, I don't think I'm probably the worst musician out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Far out.
No, no one said you
Jeez.
had to be good.
Yeah, I know it's a tough question. Fuck, I've never heard of it to
Mm.
be honest. I'll go. I'll go. I'll go. Me,
Yep.
Huss Alishka,
Yep.
and Adam Swade. Us three.
Interesting. What
Yeah.
type of band would you be?
Well, I don't know, but we'd be entertaining. I reckon we'd be good.
Mm.
We'd get a laugh out of people for sure.
Yeah, I can give you a name maybe off the top of my head. The main event.
The main event. It's not bad.
Mm.
It's not bad.
Not bad. That's
If I pursue a music career, I'll think of it.
we got the main event. Well, I mean, if you're the best, you're the main event. The best goes on last. That's normally how it works.
Yeah,
Well, there we go.
happens.
For sure. Now, mark or goal of the year, Tom, which one would you rather pull off and why?
Goal of the year for sure. Goal of the
Would you
year.
be? Sorry, go on.
Sorry, go.
So say goal of the year.
I
Any particular reason?
reckon. Yeah, I reckon goal of the year because you got the crowd behind you and stuff, and like a mark's like pretty quick.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't think I'd come close to doing either, but yeah, I'd prefer goal of the year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I always choose goal. It's always a 50-50 split when I ask people that. But, like, yeah, the goal, you can be satisfied with it a much longer, right? You get the goal, you get the ball back to the middle, rubbish, etc. Where the mark, no matter where you mark it, whether it's forward or in general play, you have to hurry up. And you don't have time to look at the screen or I just feel the goals are better. Although, in saying that, goals are easier for me than a mark would be. But I still love doing goals. And it just looks better, right? You can watch it back and back and back and back.
I don't know about too many times, but yeah, it'd be nice to get the crowd up and about for sure.
For sure. Goal celebrations. Have you got to go to goal celebration, Tom?
Oh, I didn't kick many goals at the start of the year, so I didn't really know what to do when I kicked one. But no, I just no, I gotta come up with something. I might ask Lockie Dawson, to be honest. He's got a few good sallies.
Yes, I'm sure he would. Now, so I've got a few more for you, Tom. So real quick, coming on, mate. Some of your most prized possessions that you own. Any particular Guernseys, memorabilia, anything that jumps out?
Prized possessions. Far out. Jeez, haven't got many, to be honest. I mean, I've got, I'll say my golf clubs.
Golf clubs. Very good. Are you a good golfer?
No, I'm not too good, but I try. I try.
As long as you try, I guess that's the main thing. Defenders. I feel like they don't get a lot of love, Tom. I feel like obviously you partly play in the back line as well, so you will know how that feels, I guess. Also, the mid's got the Brownlow, the rucks get recognised in Brownlow versus and forwards obviously got the Coleman. Do the defenders at the official level, the big levels, deserve their own official title of an award, just like those other positions have?
Yeah, I think the defense is pretty important, especially the back three, like the people who are holding it down. I think they're pretty important. I think they deserve a lot more recognition. I think the halfbacks, don't really need that recognition. They can, rack it up and all that stuff. But yeah, I think the deep backs definitely need some more recognition. I don't know what it is, but I think Fox Footy did the big fist at one point.
Golden fist, yes.
Golden fist. And I think that was pretty good, but I don't know. I think they deserve something.
Sure, no, I agree with that. What team did you grow up supporting?
The Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs. Now, see, the last 6 months have been pretty funny. You hear about, Zach Butters, he's going to leave, and he's a player you said you like to play like, and I'm assuming he's a player you like watching in general. And then there's talk, he might go to the Bulldogs next year, the year after this is, and then do you read those links as well and say, I wouldn't mind going there? My favourite player's going to eventually leave Port, and he might go there. They keep bringing him up to that. Do you keep him up to that as well?
I mean, the media, they like to speculate about everything. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of it's true, but it would be pretty cool for him to come to Bulldogs, to be honest. But, we'll just have to see what happens.
Sure. Have you ever met Zach Butters before or spoken to him before? Or any big name players you've ever met in general over time?
No, I never really spoken to Zach Butters at all. But no, I've just seen him on TV. But no, he's he seems like a good person as well as a good player. So that's good. But no, I don't really have met a lot of good players. I've had some mates who've been drafted in the past couple of years, so it's been pretty cool to see them go to the AFL and thrive. It's been good.
Sure. For the people that you do know that have gone through this experience already, does that make it easy for you knowing, and have they given you any advice on how to handle this period as well?
I mean, we're all we're all people at the end of the day. So I mean,
Mm.
getting through it's different for everyone. But
Mm.
yeah, I think just keep your head down, work hard, and don't think too much about the draft and just play
Mm.
footy. I think that's probably the best advice that I've got so far.
For sure. Draft night, what's the plans for you at this stage? Are you going to watch it at home? Are you going to have people over? What's the setup going to
Yeah.
look like? I love seeing some ones on TV when they post reaction videos as well.
Yeah, no, I think it will be at home. I think yeah, first and second night we'll have some people over. First night
Yeah.
if we're lucky enough will be good, but we're
Yeah.
more expecting the second night. But yeah,
Mhm.
no, we'll just see what happens. Have everyone over there and yeah, just have a good time regardless of what happens.
Sure. Well, the first round may go as long as the second night with all the academy players with Gold Coast and Brisbane have.
Yeah, no, so yeah, that's why we could be lucky enough, but no, we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be a pretty up and down night, I reckon.
For sure. Now, last one, under pressure coming on, Tom. What would you love to ideally get out of your football career? If you could map it out in an ideal way, how would you love for it to pan out? And the last bonus on top of that, if you were able to pick a club to go to, which one would you choose?
How would I like it to pan out? I mean, I'd just love to be in the system for at least 8 years, 8 to 10 years would be unreal.
Yeah.
I see a lot of players just go through it and get kicked out in 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'd be pretty ideal for me. And what was the other part of the question? Sorry.
Now, if you could choose the club ideally to go to, I'm assuming it's the club you
Yeah.
barrack for, but who would you go to?
No, it'd actually be Richmond. Richmond would be my
Okay.
first choice. Yeah, no, I really liked what they're doing at the moment. I think they're going to be really good in the next few years.
Interesting choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Appreciate Tom for coming on, mate. All the best with the draft in under a few weeks' time. Hopefully, you get happening what you want to happen, and really do appreciate you coming on, mate. And all the best.
No, thanks for having me, mate. Really appreciate it.
Nice. Thank you.